Hi everybody, my name is Spammals and welcome to Thalassa Edge of the Abyss. This game is amazing. I've already played it. I've come back to re-record this intro because, damn! A friend recommended this game to me. It's a diving game. We're going to dive on a wreck. We could do some wreck exploration stuff. I'm loving it. I'm all about that. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I truly, in my heart and my soul, did. And I hope you do too. So on that bombshell, without any more stalling, let's begin.
Keep those lines clear.
Straight in. Welcome on in.
Matthias and Llewellyn are down there already.
So we're on the dive boat already?
Yeah. They're waiting inside.
I have no control.
How's it looking? Pretty hectic out there. Cam? Cam?
I thought we was inside a dive mask.
Again.
Good morning.
You're already playing out the dive, aren't you? I'm excited to get back down there too. And it's our team that get to raise her after all this time.
Raising the ship is no easy feat.
There's no reason to be worried. You know this.
Thanks,
Besides,
Alex.
Llewellyn and I'll do the heavy work. You just need to watch out for us. You're my dive partner for a reason. I trust you.
You good to go? My weather eye tells me of a good window, but it won't hold.
Hey,
Oh, hi.
it's weather eye,
Love the
always see
face.
waves. But I hear you, old man.
Ugh, with
I'll
you.
be right out. Cam, there's something that
Oh, my name's Cam. I'm Cam.
I haven't been completely,
Oi!
coming!
Alex.
Just like a dad. We better not make him wait then. Let's talk later, all right? Oh, while I get into my dive suit, go check with Kmart about the cradle. We'll need it soon. He was in the hub last I saw.
Right, well, I'm in control. I'm in control. Let's do this. The planning room. A new objective map updated. Okay, so this is our active ship. This is the ship we are actively on. Copy that. Area of interest. Blocked area. Alex is the lead diver, and Bailey is a good colleague and dive support. Ship was built and owned by Isabel Greenwood. She's brought her daughter Maria on board. Steering the Thalassa is a German captain called Hans with an Irish engineer Thomas. The mechanic is Kmart from Jamaica. The project manager is a Norwegian called Eric. The food is very good. Kitchen led by Kadri from Syria. The junior diving team is Matthias and Llewellyn. They are a bit unruly, but Alex, lead diver, keeps them in check. Bailey is also there to make sure we have everything we need. I'm confused. Is Thalassa the sunken ship? Okay, so the Thalassa is the expedition ship, not the sunken ship? I am so confused about who's dove down on what sunk and who now. Oh, first impressions, the graphics are very delightful and nice. It's a nice environment to walk around and explore. The music is very soft and soothing on the ears. Audio could be a little bit louder for my taste, but I can bump that in post.
The new crane should easily help torque.
Good. Good. It makes this whole endeavor quicker, lifting the main wreck in one.
Eric's the captain, right? Okay, I'm just going to leave them alone to plan. I like looking at the portholes. It's kind of immersive. That's what I guess I'm looking for out of this experience. I want an immersive experience here. I like ships. I like being on the ocean. I like sunken ships, although they are inherently terrifying. With this, I saw this story of heartbreak, of tragic loss, and I liked the idea that we're diving on this ship to find the secrets of the past, as it were. So that's what I'm hoping. Wow. Now that's what they call a room.
I'll come
Oh, and a funnel!
after I'm done here.
Hey, Kmart. Hey, this is beautiful. For an expedition ship, this feels very passenger-like, you know? I guess maybe it was built as a passenger ship and we have kind of repurposed it. It's a botanical garden up there. Hey, this is beautiful. This last expedition is a personal one, a call to adventure, if you will. The raising of the St. Catherine. The call of the sea has always been heard by our family. My mother founded in no small part his fortune on it. But the lure of the ocean rules deeper than that. My ancestor, Francisco Calabrero Cagueras, captained the St. Catherine, and this expedition seeks to bring its treasures into the light. Isabel Greenwood. St. Catherine was a Spanish ship of the line which was lost nearly 300 years ago in the West Indies. Through examination of contemporary documents, painstaking research and observations, the location of the final resting place has been discovered. With the resources and equipment available aboard the SS Thalassa, this long-forgotten wreck and its artifacts will be raised from the depths. Oh, so we're raising a Spanish warship full of Spanish gold? Okay. Not quite what I was expecting, but you know what? I can go with it. It's about Greenwood, the Greenwood family. So I'm guessing they're quite a well-to-do family that have money, because this feels like their personal expedition ship with their personal museum of personal artifacts. This is a museum. This belongs in a museum, yes. An empty case. By the end of this game, something will go there.
To be honest with you, we're behind. I'm trying to find mislaid parts. At this rate, the whole expedition will be delayed. Is there anything that you and Alex have been planning for the dive that you can move forward? If you could give me more time, you'd be a lifesaver.
But the weather doesn't care for...
How are you?
Fine. Okay, so we need to help. Can I go upstairs? Is he blocking the staircase? He absolutely is. Ah, dang it. The heart of the SS Thalassa. Interesting name. I wonder what the history behind Thalassa is. Is this a real ship that existed, or just one of pure imagination and creation? That's beautiful. Oh, snap. Brew area? Little breakfast nook and gaming area? Turtle!
She's a fast
Slip a ship and a bully good crew away. Santiana. The man singing sea shanties. What an absolute legend. This is my cabin. Picture. This is me. I'm in the dive suit. You can just see my mouth a little bit. Hi. I'm beautiful. That was a great day. Oh, magic. Dive details. So dig site 1, the figurehead and bowsprit needs cradle. Dig site 2, the captain's quarters, gun and crew deck, cargo hold, pilot debris. So we're going to be raising 15342. Crucial areas, level area. Why are these now crucial? Go here to solve the mysteries. Information collected is sorted on the left side. You need to place the items with the matching categories. Piece it together. Select the slot number 1, and then the item you want to place, number 2. When all items are placed out to piece it together, wrong assumptions will be highlighted. Use the guide text if you're number 4, there, to your advantage. When successfully pieced together, a conclusion can be made, number 5. I'm getting some kind of Sherlock Holmes Mind Palace kind of vibes with that. We've got Alex's cabin. I'm supposed to be getting into my diving gear. That is a creaky door. What is this? Necklace. I'm robbing the joint. Alex's mum's necklace. Okay. Is this mother? Oh, this would be mother of the necklace, I guess. Alex's late mother, Karis. Bit of materials. Yeah, you got a lantern and a crab claw. Bit of a knife. Interesting piece, that crab claw is. A marble crab claw. Oh, that's a clue for the future. Yeah. Hey, that's the... Oh, that was a great day. Yeah, Alex and me together again. Stuffed elephant! She's had it since she was a baby. When I was a kid, right, when I was a wee little Spammals, I was a dum-dum. I had a shoebox with an aerosol can inside of it, you know, some deodorant, and I put some tissue paper around it, and I set fire to it, thinking, what's gonna happen? And then obviously fire started, so I thought, oh no, I'll make that go away, and I put my blanket over it to make it disappear. Fire gone. Bigger fire. My mum comes running in. What the f are you doing? And the blanket is ruined. The house didn't burn down. Everything is okay. But that's how I got rid of my kind of cuddle blanket when I was a kid. How did you get rid of your blanket, if you remember? Answers on a postcard to somebody who cares. Wait, okay, well, let's take a look at this mystery thing. It's an interesting piece. Can I drag that into that? Well, I just did, apparently. We need to suggest rearranging the excavation. Which dive site should we focus on instead? Unsorted materials from dig site 3 found in Alex's cabin. She found a piece of marble claw. Dig site 3. Yeah, these are all good, right? But we're missing this stuff here. Okay, well, we'll come back for that. The map said that this was an area of crucial interest. So there must be some more things in here, right? Oh, important instructions. To our divers, Eric has prioritized the recovery of artifacts from the St. Catherine, but I would be grateful if you all kept an eye out for any signs of the goddess Thalassa statue. At my request, Alex has already begun looking through some of the sample pieces that have been brought up. Hopefully we'll find the statue intact, Isabel. Okay, so that's what they want. The statue, we've got evidence of the statue in dig site number 3. Different knots. There's a cat and I can pet it! Hey, buddy. Hi. Are you one of those crazy orange cats? Orange cats are notoriously crazy. I love cats. Cats are the greatest. Oh, sleepy boy, sleepy. Hey, Polly the cat. Hi, Polly. You're beautiful, Polly. You stay right there. Cat hammock. Being a cat. Doing cat things. Oh no, it's no longer a crucial area. Okay, let's explore some more. So this is now a crucial area. Statue of Thalassa, which happens to be the name of our...
Clipboard in your hands? Thought I'd never see the day. Eric wants all the paperwork on the crane, too.
And I want a mermaid to serenade me every night.
But seriously, Eric sounded like he meant it this time.
What's wrong with that, man? If it works, it works. This doesn't change that.
It helps, though. I'd be lost without these reports. And he has to inform the boss lady about it all.
The crane needs sorting. Isabel wants all of this cleared away. Paperwork can wait. If he has a problem with that, he can take it up with her.
I doubt he'd dare.
Okay, so trouble in paradise. So this guy's getting overworked. I need this. Also this. Also, did you finish this thing yet? Hey, the goddess Thalassa, this is the statue you're looking for. The Greek primordial goddess of the sea. Thalassa was depicted in art as a woman formed from the waters, with crab claw horns, clad in seaweed and wielding an oar. The daughter of light, Aether, and day, Hemera, Thalassa was ruled by Poseidon and Amphitrite, whatever the word is. From historical documents, it is clear that Captain Caceres was intrigued by the Thalassa myths and commissioned a statue to be carved in honor of the deity in the 1700s. Miss Greenwood continues the family tradition of honoring the sea in the naming of the SS Thalassa. Well, we asked the question and there's the answer. That's why the boat is called what it is, because of reasons of and Greek and deities and 1700s. Woo! Mysteries. So we are looking for Goddess Thalassa with the instructions. Piece it together. Oh, we did it. Deduction result. Alex has found a marble claw at dig site 3 that could be a piece of the Goddess Thalassa statue. Finding her is top priority for Isabel. I should go give the news to Bailey. Yo!
Stop dawdling, will you? Get over here.
Stop telling me what to do, old man. Is that a gramophone? Hi. Hi, Bailey. Can I call you Bill? Are you Miss Greenwell, lady? You are wearing green, so it's on brand. Interesting little deck crane you got going on there. Can't really get a good view, but there's the bridge. Oh my gosh, the Thalassa. And our funnel. Oh, I hope we get to explore the boat in full. Hey, Bill, what do you want?
What took you so long? What's happening with the cradle?
I didn't do anything with the cradle.
Makes sense. Concentrating on the third site instead.
Yeah.
Let's get you geared up.
That was a great one-way conversation we had there. What's that crane doing? What's the lady in green doing? Wait, I don't consent to any of this.
Brace yourself.
Ah! You're really close to me. It squeaks. Am I going down?
Cam's here. There's a delay with the cradle, but we'll do site 3 next. Understood. I'll start the crane now.
Oh, snap. You've done this before, right? Right, Bill? Yeah, Bill? My friend Bill? That's quite heavy.
Straps. And that's done.
You know what? I went scuba diving once.
Maria, darling, they've started raising the figurehead.
Maria!
Make sure you get photographs of that.
Photographs.
Don't worry.
You're Maria, the lady in green.
Responsibility to a child.
We all have to begin somewhere, Captain. Maria's quite fond of her camp.
That's Isabel and the captain. Hands. Maria, Maria.
Emotional before. Suppose it's a big moment for her. What with her family and all.
I mean, they said we're racing the figurehead. I thought we're going to dig site 3. I thought the cradle's not ready. Oh, there it is! Yeah, that's a figurehead.
That.
Drop it! He's gonna drop.
Apply the brakes!
Apply the brakes! Yeah!
Clear! It's coming down on top of you! Matthias, are you all right? Alex, can you get him?
Isabel, where are you then?
Anyone! You need to get down there.
You've just crushed them! Bonk!
Brett, focus on what's in hand.
Just pushing me overboard! Get down there now!
Calm is on the way. Anyone! Speak to Rick.
I got him. Matthias is hurt. I'm bringing him up. No. I'm good. Good job.
That means Alex.
What's your status?
My good friend
She
Alex.
was on the other side when... Alex, are you there? Are you hurt? We need to go back down for... Stop striking.
The emotional... Oh, hi.
Matthias, get off the line. Calm is on the way. Llewellyn, get Matthias up here.
Just get on the old swing and go up.
Flares are being dropped to guide you. We're almost with you, Alex.
So my mate Alex is dead, I'm telling you now.
Come, find her.
Stop bitching orders at me, Bill! I don't like it! Matilda! Oh no, there isn't a part of the ship, Matilda! Oh, they've dropped it! I thought the cradle wasn't ready. Why did they try raising the figureheads if the cradle for it wasn't ready?
She should be somewhere close to Site 5. Just follow the flares.
I'm working on it, Bill.
Alex, can you hear me? You'd better be fine, lass. Braking service now. Careful. He's in a bad state. Here, you got him? I'll be back with you in a moment.
He's fine. Honestly, if they're screaming, that means they're alive, and that's a good sign. It's the ones who are silent you ought to worry about. Oh, it's just the wreckage, is it? Ooh. And then no time for exploring. We must find Alex.
Can anyone hear me?
She's alive!
The debris. Radio working.
I guess that just shows how kind of tight this crew is being worked.
I'm pinned under debris and can't move.
Dear God, it's Alex!
Cam. I can't move. I've lost feeling in my right leg.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to cut that off, to be honest.
I can't hear you. Nod if you can hear me.
That works out. I've not got a voice, apparently.
My suit has been compromised. We need to free my leg. Oh, damn it to hell. My suit
Okay, I'm taking the ropes off.
Not much time. Cut the mask, please.
I'm cutting. I'm cutting. Hey, there you go.
Yes. And the next one.
This one's way fatter.
You're doing good. Hurry.
Hey, the panic in her voice.
No. Get me loose.
Oh, she's drowning. Well, this is awkward, isn't it? Oh shit, that's dark.
Come. What's going on down there?
Oh shit,
You have her.
that's brutal.
Alex, is she
I wasn't expecting that.
Come, talk to me.
We're having a cuddle, Bill.
Well, are you there yet? Do you have eyes on them?
Could we not have taken her mask off and like whammied the air pipe into her mouth?
Carl, you have to let go. Alex, see? She didn't make it. Still, I think she was pinned down. The suit fills with water. God. You have Alex. Karma's in shock. I'm bringing them up first. Yeah. Yes. Of course. Get back safe.
I got serious really fucking fast. Meanwhile, on the surface, we're getting undressed. Hi. So because the crew were rushing to get things done, mistakes were happening, things were going wrong,
Llewellyn,
and then an accident inevitably happened that resulted in my good friend Alex getting murdered by Captain Hans.
we're not leaving anyone.
I'm gonna sue the shit out of all of you who filed out the risk assessment form. Hi.
Come. I'm worried about you. What happened wasn't your fault. There was nothing you could have done.
Could we not have, like, taken the air hose out and then jimmied it into the hole in the suit to, like, refill the suit with air? To push the water back out again?
I'm here for you as long as you need.
Yeah, I've seen this style of shock before. It's not good.
To lose a part of the crew like that. We all need time.
I don't see how we could continue.
It's fucking Alex.
The weather is turning too, so...
Sorry, Isabel. I think our only option is to get back to port.
We're going home?
The ship and crew are wounded. And Alex deserves the proper burial.
I'd like to request a temporary leave. I want to make sure Cam recovers.
I'll make the arrangements.
Come on. I'm worried about you.
Every time I close my eyes, I return to the site where it happened. The trauma that I experienced that day. Okay, have a little walk around, I guess? Now, I don't know what time period this is set in, but I'm gonna guess it's like in the 30s or whatever, but like, if it was modern day, like that ship would return to harbor, it'd be docked, an investigation would happen. Like when the Titan sub implosion happened, you know, the same kind of thing would happen there. They would investigate what happened, how did this accident take place. They're gonna find out that because of rushed procedures and cutting corners, all in the name of getting things done to a deadline, resulted in the crane failing, resulted in that accident happening that killed somebody. Then the company will be heavily fined, or if not, like, completely shut down. I don't know.
With work today.
Hi.
I'm taking the lads out fishing. You joining us on deck?
Just gonna explore my own memories, apparently.
You can't sleep all day, every day. You gonna get up? This can't go on. Clean yourself up, Cam. A sore head. Again.
So is Alex and Bailey, are they like
Yes?
married? And Cam, am I like their daughter?
I don't understand. What happened? All hands. What do you mean? What about the lifeboats? Good.
All hands? Wait, what? Storms... Wait, did the Thalassa sink while returning to port? They mentioned about the bad weather coming in. He mentioned all hands.
The Thalassa, they,
Bailey and I left the ship to deal with the loss of Alex. Seemingly the ship went back out again and sank? Wait.
Cam, it's time to get up.
We're nearing her last supported location. I need you to get ready, go over everything one last time. I'll prepare the gear.
Right, you are there. Okay. This is taking a turn. the sinking of the Thalassa. Cursed. The ship St. Catherine is cursed. Can't believe the Thalassa's just gone like that. This just got hecking interesting, hecking fast. It is with heavy heart that we report more news on the tragic sinking of the SS Thalassa last week. No survivors have been found, and it is now believed all souls were lost. Owned by Miss Isabel Greenwood, the ship left port on June 27th to undertake its latest historical endeavor, the recovery of artifacts and pieces of the St. Catherine, Spanish ship of the line dating to the 17th century. It is unknown what caused the mysterious sinking of the steamship. This is not the first time that the Greenwood expedition has been struck by ill fortune. An earlier accident claimed the life of Alex, dive master. I went into this expecting to be exploring the wreck of the Thalassa, but then was like confused, like, oh, I guess we're not, because we're clearly afloat. I guess this game is about exploring the wreck of the St. Catherine. But then, boom, we're exploring the wreck of the Thalassa. We're going down for the Thalassa. Oh, that was a good intro. It was a clever intro. I feel like we've been grounded a little bit in, like, we know the ship, at least a little bit. We had a bit of an exploration around it and saw it in its grandeur. And we got to meet a whole bunch of the crew. Knowing that everyone we saw is now dead, apart from Bill, is rough. I mean, Captain Hans, didn't really see much of him. He was a bit of a douchebag anyway, because Alex died. Alex dying was tragic, and that was brutal. I don't know, the family on board, Isabel and Matilda. It sucks for Matilda. She's just an innocent in this. Yeah, that is just wow. Wasn't expecting that. Right, so we've got some notes here. So July 8th, 1905, SOS Thalassa. They were 5 days away from port. Okie dokie. And that's what we can get from that. Well, that answers the question of what era is this in. It's the 1900s. Dear Sir, I cannot express how much your letters of reply have meant to us. Mr. Tulloch has been a great comfort to Kmar's mother to know that you and Cam will be taking up the search. For myself, I know it has been too long to hope, even if these words are difficult to write. But knowing the truth of what happened will bring us some peace. I'm afraid our contribution to your search fund is small, but what we can, we gladly give, and hope that will come in use in the coming weeks. My fiancé always spoke highly of you, and you have our sincerest wishes for a safe voyage. Ethel Jackson. So we've crowdfunded the funds for this dive from the survivors' families, all in the pursuit of finding out what happened and maybe recovering the bodies, I guess. This may be no Thalassa, but it's home. It's cozy. This feels cozy. I like this. A bunk under the stairs. Got a book. The First Men on the Moon. Used to love reading these. Oh, it's like a fishing schooner kind of thing. Oh, this is cozy. Again, it's no Thalassa. Yee! You're okay over there, Bill? Having a moment? He's having a moment.
I reckon we should be right above her. I'll get everything set up. Meanwhile, go over everything. Make sure you're ready.
Voyage plan. Conclusion. If it was a 7 days out, a 14-day there and back, and they were 11 days out at sea, so they were 3 days away from... Deduction results. The Thalassa had been out at sea for 11 days, traveling to St. Catherine. Would take roughly 7 days. They must have finished the mission and were on their way back to port.
All set here. We should have sufficient time. Wish I could be the responsible person and say that we should turn back, but
Mama didn't raise a bitch, clearly, yeah.
We do need to find out what happened.
We do, yes.
We owe their families closure.
Beginning your descent.
Thanks, love.
Promise me.
I mean, yeah, diving even to this day is an incredibly dangerous job. Saturation diving is one of the most dangerous out there. The idea of like deep sea diving in the 1900s is, oh, it's quite a nightmare to think of, to be very honest.
I think about you going into the depths like those first men going into the moon.
I mean, it's very similar, yeah.
Imagine if we'd Cavorite. We'd be able to raise it on our own.
Cavorite? What's Cavorite? It's beautiful!
You don't start on that book yet.
But wait, hang on.
Sounds like a different world to me. Don't get too smitten. We have a tight window with the storms here.
Always about the storm with you. I've just kind of realized I should have like an umbilical cord taking me to the surface, right? So how am I breathing? And how is he talking to me? Surely I don't have air tanks, right? Surely I don't have air tanks. Oh, there's a bit of furniture out here, boss.
What? Say that again. You said dresser. It has to be flotsam from a Thalassa. I wonder whose it was. Can you open up any drawers?
Yeah, I'll have a look. I mean, I'm not sure how a dresser would get it out here unless a ship broke in two and, you know, a cabin was in the break and got deposited out. Bit of like woven something.
Sorry, Cam.
Open the sunken drawer.
Yeah, well, that's about.
Well, it's a weaving, right? Did someone like to weave?
Yes. There might be some obstacles coming up.
Obstacles.
That should come in handy.
I have tools. I see light. It's a big old bit of metal. Is it like a hole or wall plating? And bonk. One more should do it. Ah, bonk. Ba-bonk. Oh, there's a propeller blade. And pots. Plants. Got his end cap on. Hey, that's cool, that's neat.
Agreed. That would be the cradle. Then there will be parts of the St. Catherine around.
So, cradle is basically a bed that they're gonna rest the ship inside of. For a good example, look at the raising of the Mary Rose outside of Portsmouth Harbour. That was a Tudor warship that sank on its side. The area exposed to the sea all rotted away, but the area in the sand was preserved. So they dug out the sand and they slipped a cradle underneath of it and then rose the whole thing up. So we should be seeing the St. Catherine on this cradle, but we're clearly not. But given the ship freaking sank, it's very possible or likely that the Catherine fell out of the cradle. We'll check our mystery board a little bit later. I don't want to get one little bit of detail and then quickly go to it, you know? We need to build up our intel.
Doing the bolts with your wrench.
I think I could like crawl underneath this, but fine, I can do this. Ah, there's a pipe that's landed on me.
Sorry. I know this ain't
There's an anchor.
Drive for either of us. We have a hard task ahead of us.
The game really is doing a great job. This music is really kind of mournful, yet calming and peaceful. And because of the prologue at the start, I do feel a connection to the ship, albeit a brief one. If we had just jumped straight into this, I wouldn't really have had any level of care. Every time I see my lantern, I get kind of Bioshock vibes for some reason. There we go.
Wish I could also see her again. She's fully intact. See if you can enter through the boarding gate. It's on the port side near the stern.
There she is, yeah. The funnel is kind of missing by the looks of it, or falling backwards. Right to the boarding gate. There's another anchor.
What?
There's a light on the deck.
Say that again, Cam. There shouldn't be anyone else out there. Are you sure that you're seeing... No, of course not.
No, Bill, there's definitely somebody on the deck with a light. And they're gone. Bill, either we are not alone or this thing's haunted. And I'm pretty sure we're alone because you would see the support vessel on the surface. Therefore, it's got to be a ghost. There's definitely something interesting about shipwrecks in general, but especially a fresh shipwreck. You know, when you think of the likes of the Titanic, you see this kind of brown, kind of gunky mess of, you know, decay. But when you see a freshly sunken shipwreck, it's all pristine still. It looks clean. It looks like it's good, you know? So it's an interesting kind of phenomena.
Showing a bit. It gets really steep. Maybe we should rethink this.
Oh. The Thalassa is on the edge of an abyssal canyon. And the edge of the edge of the abyss, the name now makes sense. Okay, we're going to explore this ship, and before this is all said and done, that wreck is going to slide into the abyss.
I hate to say this, but maybe you should try. Just be really careful.
You're desperate for intel. The real answer here is return to the surface. It is too dangerous. We are making the same mistakes that the Thalassa made in security and safety. Clap, clap, clap. Well, this is very convenient. There's like a ridge going straight to the one doorway that I need. Because that's also the other issue. How to get on board a ship if there's like no ladders and you can't swim. Getting rather skinny here. So I'm gonna presume, yeah, because we made it back to shore, so the body of Alex is no longer on this ship. I was gonna speculate maybe the ghost of Alex is gonna keep us safe, but I don't think she will because the body was returned to land. Broken door. Bonk. Unscrewing the holding bolt. Boop. Just a one turn, actually. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, the door opens outwards. I'm on a small little ledge. That's not good. Hey, don't fall. There you go. Grab that. Hi, jellyfish. I just dropped something that I wanted. Oh, that is eerie. Full self, yeah. This would be, you know, an entranceway to the ship. Return to the Thalassa.
Are you all right?
I'm good, Bill.
I've been able to forgive myself if anything happened.
Oh, mate. Oh, dude, that's freaking creepy as balls. So this would have been one of the main entranceways to, when you were boarding the ship. This would have been kind of like the welcome reception, as it were. Chair on the ceiling. Welcome aboard the SS Thalassa. Yes, yes, yes. This century will see great strides being made in all endeavors on land, air, and sea, and the Thalassa is at the forefront of the latter. From this vessel, we will explore and expand the limits of maritime history and archaeology. Our latest expedition will see us raise from the depths to St. Catherine, a Spanish galleon of the line that has slumbered beneath the waves for nearly 300 years. This undertaking is no small feat, and it is for this reason you've been invited to this ship and invest in its history-making opportunity. Adventure awaits us all. Isabel Greenwood. They had guests aboard? That's bad timing. Signed pamphlet. So it wasn't just the crew that we met on board. The construction of the ship. Isabel built Thalassa 7 years ago. Daily News article. Launched September 15th, 1898 from New York shipping yards, the freshly christened SS Thalassa strives to do something unique in this new and adventurous age of sail, which up until now has been defined by the Discovery and Gauss Polar expeditions, owned and funded by Miss Isabel Greenwood, heiress to the Greenwood shipping and logging fortune. The Thalassa has been built to further the exploration of maritime history and archaeology, outfitted to allow teams of deep-sea divers to operate on the seabed. The adventure-seeking Miss Greenwood and her crew aim to bring the lost artifacts of yesteryear back into the light. Their first endeavor aboard this purpose-built vessel will be the exploration of an ancient Greek trimony in the Aegean Sea. For Miss Greenwood, this is just the beginning. See, this right here is kind of one of the main captivating things for myself with shipwrecks. Shipwrecks are incredibly interesting. And this is a ship that was made for humans to be inside of, to exist on, to do things, and yet it's now in an environment where humans cannot be. So it's kind of like a confliction of things. And so we're seeing this, all of these signs of humanity, from the architecture and the structure and the furniture and the beds, all of these things for humanity, yet there is no humanity to be found here. And seeing the light eerily piercing the portholes, it creates almost a ghostly illusion like we're above the waves and it's just the morning light breaking the darkness of night, you know? It's eerie. It's a confliction of statements. It's a crossing period. The sand is starting to dirty the floor as the ocean has started to step aboard and take control of this vessel. Humanity doesn't own this anymore. Nature does. Or rather, nature always did. Man, that's really creepy, seeing a photo of yourself on board a sinking ship. This photo was taken 2 years ago. I missed them.
We shouldn't dwell too much on it, Cam. This isn't just for you and me either.
I guess leave that there. We'll come back for it on our way out. Be cool to take that photo home.
Some details on the expedition first. The planning room would be a good place to start. Deck 1 next to the lockers.
Copy that, to the planning room. Luggage. To the difference with the crew this time, previously patented phonograph recorder. Well, there's a little shoehorn in there. You know, when I was out here before, it was just the crew on board, but this time when the ship sank, seemingly they had invited guests aboard. A wax cylinder for the you can play this. It's like it's like a record player thing, you know?
Say that again. A phonograph roll. Like when recording voices.
Yeah.
Is there a device to play it that works with your suit?
Yes, my diving suit was built with a phonograph converter in mind, yes. Wireless station. It's an office of sorts. A wax roll recorder. I don't really know how well this is going to work underwater, but give it a go.
What does Isabel think? She's left resolving this to you and Eric.
Obviously.
What do you think is the problem?
We are all distracted. It's been quite the day. I made more coffee for you, Captain. Ah, Carly. Yes, thank you.
There was an unknown voice at the beginning of there.
Being questioned. But by who? We should find out who that woman was.
And the woman was moaning about Isabel, the ship's owner and heiress to the Greenwood Shipping Company. Telegraph. So yeah, there's a message here. Well, this is where the SOS would have come from, right? For their location. Do a little squeeze under this, I guess. Bailey's locker. Well, given how Alex died with her suit being compromised, oh, that's freaky. I'd be really worried about crawling on my hands and knees and a bit of wood, like slicing open my thing. It really is beautiful, yet incredibly haunting. The main whore. Thanks, text. You're ruining it. The funnel's still there, kind of. Falling on top of the dome by the looks. Oh, no, it's just a weird open. What is that? No, am I seeing the funnel above the glass, or is the glass just a weird shade? It looks like you got the wreckage of the funnel kind of displaying there, so I don't quite know why the glass is different colors like that. Closed for safety. Can I just jimmy this open? I've got the tools for it. Of course I can jimmy it open. Requires a key. Mate, I've got crowbars and stuff. I forget what... So that went up to the guards and then went down to the crew area, right? From memory? They wrapped up the displays. Scrapbook. Literally a scrapbook. Thomas and Jesse. She's having him record, I think. It's holding the thing... I think she's recording him. Jesse picture secured. All the displays have been kind of locked down. Ropes. Maybe if there's like a bad storm happening, they would secure these things to stop any damage happening to them. Maybe. Hi, Crab. You good? He's good. We can't go up here because it is blocked by this. And the tree's fallen down from above. And that garden, this room was beautiful. This room truly was stunning. Photo. Hey, it's the guy. I've forgotten his name. And a heart. I really do appreciate that we got to explore the ship before it sank, because this room was so stunning. When you first stepped into it, you were really taken back by how beautiful it was. Wax roll. Seeing it in this kind of wrecked state really makes it all the more tragic.
One piece of advice while you report ship: don't get on the wrong side of Kadri.
How so? He's a bit outspoken, but I appreciate that as a journalist.
More that he has favorites, such as our stoic captain. If you're not on his good side, he can be very unprofessional. I've gotten on the wrong side of him before, and I swear my meals were blander until he forgave me. You can see it with Thomas. I'm surprised there's anything edible on his plate.
It seems simple to me. He just treats people the way they treat him.
Okay, the unknown person is a reporter. Need a key. Can't go through there. We can go through here. We haven't tried this door yet. Oh, I didn't even check on the infirmary side of things. We should double back and double check that. Let's check the ladder and infirmary door very quickly. That's blocked off there by debris. Alarm. Well, seeing no bodies in the beds, so nobody was injured, which is a good thing, I guess. I'm sure the game will have us explore all areas before we are done.
Stairs are blocked. Is there no way through? Damn. You'll have to find another way up there.
When you say the stairs are blocked, I can move that. The pipe is barely attached to anything. After this, I suppose when we opened up the hull door, we dropped one of our tools, I suppose. Into Isabel's office. So Isabel, for reminder, Isabel Greenwood was the owner of the ship, heiress of the Greenwood Shipping Line and Logging Company. Miss Greenwood on the SS Thalassa. On the first anniversary of the SS Thalassa's maiden voyage, interviewing Miss Greenwood, it is clear that she is a unique individual charting her own course and the model of a modern independent woman. I have learned to rely on myself, stand on my own 2 feet, and pursue my goals. A lesson I picked up from my male counterparts. The Greenwood & Co. board may call my historical expeditions self-centered whimsies, but quite frankly, my money, my whimsy. You go, girl. Indeed. Live your life how you want to live it.
You should be able to get to the front of the ship via the maintenance shaft in the hallway beyond the galley.
Maintenance shaft? Sounds a bit sketchy. A ring binder. I think we found the Pokemon cards. June 16th, 1905. Dear Miss Greenwood, as per our previous conversation, no matter be it emails of modern time or telegrams of the yesteryear, as per our is jargon, polite jargon. Oi, from the last fucking message. We are delighted to inform you that the reporter you requested has agreed to the job. As discussed, we'll be paying you for the exclusive story rights to the St. Catherine expedition. She is currently en route to the port and will contact you via telegram. J.F. Chester, Editor-in-Chief. We requested a specific reporter. I imagine the same reporter who reported on me in the past. Glass cabinet. Ah, ship's logs. There's a missing record. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 are missing. 5 and 6 are missing. Hi. A mother-daughter photo. Look, that horseshoe thing. We saw that in the suitcase where the wax rolls would go. Our character didn't comment on it, and I couldn't interact with it. I'm not going to go back for it because it was quite far back now. Oh my.
Adult picture. Much has happened since then.
That's Bailey.
A lady couldn't do the job. She put him in his place, though.
So this is Mr. Greenwood. He died, and Miss Greenwood's dominated. Okay, we're passing through Isabel's office. We can get around the corridor that's blocked off. The mess hall. Door looks jammed to me. We can try the handle, but it's not going to work. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Don't put your shoulder into it. Okay, we'll find another way in there. Where is everybody? As much as I don't want to see dead bodies, this is a fresh wreck. There should be bodies. If anyone was below deck, they should still be here. If everyone was on top deck and got washed overboard, I guess they just washed away somewhere. Let's check this mystery out real quick. So the newspaper messenger mystery can be solved. So an unknown woman was interviewing an unenthusiastic Hans at mealtime. Who was the person and why was she there? So we can identify because of a picture of a woman recording Thomas. He looks uncomfortable. So there's a photograph of that interview happening. And what was the purpose? The correspondence from Isabel inviting the New York reporter on board. Piece it together. Boom. Female reporter. Conclude. A reporter named Jessie Linden from the Illustrated New York News was invited on the ship by Isabel. She was writing about the St. Catherine's mission. Nice. Areas of interest now include the galley and the main hall still. So let's continue our exploration of the galley. We're heading towards whatever that room there is. Well, the galley has seen better days. We've got absolutely pots and pans and tins and broken glass are strewn everywhere. There's a wooden boy in the spice rack. Did he whittle? Is that an Easter egg? We're not going to comment on that, never mind. Another wax roller has been found.
She's such a rude child. She's Isabel's daughter, though, so nonetheless, everyone should be taught the importance of respect.
She seems like a bright young woman to me.
I can only say what I see, and I see a lot. And that girl makes chaos, mark my words.
And then the ship sinks. Oh, what happened to the ship's cat? I swear to God, that cat better have survived. Strange vegetable. It looks like a rat cow. If you imagine a cow the size of a rat, that would be that. Or a guinea pig. That cat had best had survived. Oh, that is so haunting. So we're looking out from the galley into, I guess, the mess hall area. It looks more like a restaurant. Big bay windows looking out to the horizon and an ocean of just blue outside of it. Furniture, and it looks so beautiful. Also, look at the ceiling. Back then in the early 1900s, they didn't really emit much light. So you needed to have loads of extra lights to actually fill a space with light. Okay, we're leaving the galley. Excellent. The mess hall. Oh, we're getting some ghostly memories here.
We had some good times there, didn't we?
That was Kadri playing the guitar there.
Can't believe they're all gone.
Yeah, they're gone, mate. Closed for safety once again. This reinforces the notion that they were going into a storm because they've bolted down all those display cases. Don't want them tumbling over in the storm. And you don't want people dining by these windows, as you can see from that broken window ahead of us. If you're going into a storm, you don't want an accident to happen and broken glass, that stabbing you and all that jazz. Well, now we're in. We can open up this doorway by moving this beam. Ah, boop. Push that back. And the doorway is now accessible. Perfect. So far, nothing really to interact with. The mystery so far is we have... Oh, a wax roll. Here we go.
I keep hearing noises at night. It's not just the sounds of the ship or the sea, but someone on this floor is sneaking out on deck. What are they up to? And that is not the only cause for suspicion. Some of the papers I've seen, some of the details the crew have let slip. I'll keep digging into what the high-ups are hiding.
People are sneaking around on deck. They probably just don't want to talk to you. The only mystery we had was what the missing logs for the 5th and the 6th. Now, did the reporter take that for the story or was somebody hiding something? Now, expansion on the mystery, someone on the crew is sneaking around and she is suspicious of the higher-ups. I mean, if it's the same crew that I knew, the crew should be sound. So maybe if they've brought additional members of crew on board, then maybe something's different and changed. But we have been rewarded for exploring the area before entering the designated crawl space area I was supposed to go to. Yeah. Gates shut. Need something to get it open with. Oh, snap. Storage room. Water. Got plenty of that on board still. Requires a knife. Okay. Well, now that I've discovered that I need a knife, maybe now I can pick up a knife if I see one. That's jammed. Well, the pantry is off limits. Oh, yeah, there's a notepad. Illustrated. This is Jesse's notepad. I can't believe how quickly the weather has worsened. Every hand is needed. Even the lady of the manors rolled up her sleeves and got into work, bailing something. I probably should help as well and make myself useful. Not quite sure. Here we go. Some new mysteries happening here. Sudden troubles. Jesse's notepad had descriptions of some sudden troubles arising. What were these troubles that affected the crew? Signs of trouble. Well, the display cases are secured, yes, and they closed for safety signs everywhere. And who had to help? Isabel got involved as well. Bracing for a storm. I mean, we knew that. According to Jesse, a sudden storm front took the Thalassa by surprise, making even Isabel pick up tools to help secure the ship. Mystery concluded.
A storm front wouldn't sink a Thalassa. Hans was too experienced and it was a new ship. But if Isabel was picking up tools, it must have been bad. Maybe the tools are still in her office.
I mean, I've already checked her office, but we can go back there. Isabel's office, up next. A metal object. I saw this earlier, but I couldn't interact with it, so I figured it wasn't important. It's a wrench.
Good. You should be able to open the hatch to the maintenance hall.
I wonder what else I can open with it. Can I open up this little gateway? No, bolt cutters needed for that. A big heavy door. Light go down. Wrench come out. Bonk! Oh, I love that deep, heavy sound. Big, heavy door opening up. We have a access, a ladder leading to the upper deck. This is where you see a ghost and you fall backwards and bang your head. Then 10 hours later. Where am I? Oh, stack of reports. Work order number... crew member Kmart. Supervisor Eric. 28th of June 1905. Task, dive platform maintenance. Check all of the motors and platforms by the 1st of July. Started. Was half done. Got pulled into engine duties by Thomas. Seriously, Eric? What was the point of these forms? Ah, dang it. Dive platform maintenance. Check all the motors. The motor is what failed on the crane, right? So because that job was half done and he got pulled into another duty, he caused the accident. It wasn't his fault. He was following orders. So really, Thomas? Is Thomas the captain? I've forgotten. Thomas Hands? Thomas someone? Or was Eric the captain? Either way, Thomas pulling him off that duty caused that death to happen. Unfinished reports. There's his guitar. Kmart written on it. Oh, it's written, burned into it. Another Rax roll.
You always seem to have your hands full. If not the ship, it's the crew. And then there's Eric.
You notice? Eric loves to be in charge of everything. He's distrustful and always looking over your shoulder.
Unlike you, who is always listening to folks' problems, on top of being a mechanic.
Didn't you know? I'm the ship's head doc too. Crews always need to let off some steam. People like Eric don't seem to understand that.
So Eric was a bit of a busybody, and the crew didn't really seem to like him that much. Oh, wait, I recognize this. I think we're getting... Oh, that porthole's broken. Interesting. Another wax roll?
I'll bring dinner to your quarters. And you, miss?
No, thank you. About the delay.
Gossip is like you create chaos. You compromise safety. What this crew needs is less distractions. Hey!
What are you doing?
Oh, what now?
The toilets have to hold.
The other side of that stairwell to the hub. See if you can unblock it.
Yeah, locker room. And in the main hall. Yeah. Loose pipe. Get my dandy tool out. Blah, blah. Boom.
What does the room look like? How's holding up?
I mean, the room's seen better days, not gonna lie. There's some trash in the bin. Your siren song has me enthralled, but I know your past has you stalled. My turtle dove, let me prove to you my worth, my love. Do not turn me aside again. A love poem was discovered. Did Eric, is Eric's being a control freak, bossing people around, trying to make sure everything gets done? Is he overcompensating, trying to show Isabel Greenwood how good he is and they'd be a great power couple? Got some paperwork on the wall I can't interact with. Got a notepad over here. Jessie has asked that I look into her missing recording equipment. She insists that it had not been mislaid, but taken from her quarters. Hans does not support using our resources following up on this. Somebody stole the reporter's recording equipment. People didn't like her asking questions. I mean, the captain himself disliked her being there, being a distraction on the boat, you know? The locker room. Memories of Alex and I.
This is the problem.
That pinches.
It's a bit uncomfortable.
It pinches.
I'm losing your balance down there. Trust me.
Thanks, Alex.
That's kind of creepy, seeing the dive suit silhouettes of human beings, you know? Knowing there should be no one down here. Well, then remember, we did see somebody walking on the bow of the ship as we approached. Urgent notice. All hands, due to essential maintenance on the Thalassa, the expedition timetable has been delayed. Work is being done to rectify the issue, but in the meanwhile, speak with the captain and Eric regarding duties and the new schedule. Gleason, the chief engineer. A delay notice. Got a folder. This locker has completely opened up. I see some chalices on the inside. Interesting. Hans has tasked me to investigate the crane accident. Given the circumstances and with Miss Greenwood's permission, I have agreed. Having already ruled out operator negligence or misconduct, I have arranged for an independent party to examine the crane while I will look into the engineering's design, installation and maintenance, and the purchasing and quality. Eric. Well, we happen to know from the other guy's maintenance reports that he wasn't done doing maintenance on them. He got pulled off of that to go work on the boiler room. So we know where the point of failure is gonna be. But it's good to know that they were investigating the accident and are taking it seriously. History progress available. Oh my. Ah, this is Alex's locker and they made it a memorial. That's sweet. That's rather quite touching. Of course, we left the ship, so we wouldn't know they did this. The crew cared. You're not the wet behind the ears sprat I apprenticed. Demsvar. Oh, Llewellyn. Is that a photo of Llewellyn, maybe? Got a notebook by his locker? She doesn't sound right. That low hum and rattle keeps happening. There's definitely something wrong. Requests: complete halt to check. Assign Kmart to assist in engineering. Other duties suspended. Is this relevant to when the accident happened, or is this happening after the fact? Now I'm questioning the timing of events. If the ship truly was in danger, I suppose the call to have Kmart stop working on the maintenance for the cranes to come and check on the ship is the right call to make. However, that should have put a do not use on that crane until those checks have been completed. So there's still some blame to be had there. Memories. Me and Alex were sat just here getting ready for our dive. Then Matthias came in over there, took her away from me. I looked out this window and I saw the ocean beyond the deck.
Matthias and Llewellyn are down there already.
The view's changed a little bit since the last time we were here. Oh, Waxwell.
Your new role as chief engineer. An impressive feat at your age, wouldn't you say?
I suppose. Wouldn't say I'm that young, though.
What is it like working here?
I enjoy it. I have a lot of responsibility. Isabel has given me the freedom to work on my designs. Doesn't even sign off on them.
Doesn't sign off on them?
Through them. But he's the captain.
Oh no. Thomas got promoted to chief engineer, I guess because Bill Bailey left the boat. Maybe he was chief engineer before, I don't know. To Thomas, she remarked that like a chief engineer at such a young age, that's screaming inexperience. He's a nice guy, I'm sure, but inexperienced. And then he says that Isabel is not signing off on any of his designs. That means there's zero oversight. There's no one checking his work. So if he is just an inexperienced engineer that has free reign to do whatever the frick he likes, that's a recipe for disaster. A mystery can be solved. A couple of them can now. So the expedition. We can answer this now. It seems that the St. Catherine was not retrieved after all. Why had they headed back without the galleon? The empty cradle, and the reason why was because of the storm front coming in, I suppose. Right? Thomas was concerned, claiming he heard unusual sounds from the engine. He requested to halt the journey. That then? No. We had a letter about Stormfront coming in. Expedition area. According to the map and notes in the planning room, the Thalassa was still several days away from reaching the St. Catherine. But I thought we sank on our way back from the expedition. But this paperwork suggests we were on our outward journey still. Jesse's recording equipment had gone missing. What had happened and who was responsible? So there was the report, or got the empty case, mother and daughter duo photo, Kmart portrait. Well, there's the crime scene. The owner, the photograph has the thing in it. Who was the thief? Photo of Isabel and Maria together. Isabel is showing off Maria's silver charm bracelet. The charm's visible on the chest of the horseshoe. So Maria is the thief. Oh! We heard a commotion on one of the recordings where Maria burst in on an interview, being all angry. And then the investigation. Hans requested Eric to look into the crane accident that led to Alex's death. Who was Eric investigating? Purchasing, construction, and engineering. While Kmart is responsible for the maintenance. Isabel for purchasing. There we go. Isabel financed it. Kmart constructed it. And Thomas is the chief engineer and he's engineering. Yeah. Boom. Conclusion. Eric was tasked by Hans to investigate the crane accident to figure out the cause. He was looking into Thomas's design, the parts purchased by Isabel, and Kmart's work with assembly and maintenance. Oh, the mystery evolves. And so, while investigating Kmart, Eric was investigating Kmart for his work with the construction and maintenance of the crane. Eric was tasked by Hans to investigate the crane accident to figure out a point of concern. Kmart talks about working life on the Thalassa. He speaks negatively of Eric, who loves being in charge and looking over crew's shoulders. Examples of his work. I mean, I want that one report that Kmart said he got taken off of maintenance to go do something else. Yeah, a box of unfinished reports. This. Rejecting bureaucracy. Kmart's work showed signs of him disregarding routines and rules set out by Eric. That's not quite true. He did what he was told. Go and do maintenance on that. Sure, boss. Starts doing that, gets told to stop doing that and go work in the engine room. Yes, boss, and goes and does that. I've not seen any evidence that says Kmart is like negligent of his duties or anything of the sort. Investigation. Eric was tasked by Hans. Signs of irresponsibility. Him playing guitar. Photograph of Kmart sitting out on deck playing guitar. Someone has drawn a heart in pen on an ink on it. That photo means nothing. It could have been on a break. Saying he's neglecting his duties because he wants to go hang out and play guitar instead. Good. That's not conclusive. So we haven't got all the evidence needed for this. Good, good, good. The Thalassa was lagging behind. The site was not reached and St. Catherine was not retrieved. Why were they so far behind? The Thalassa had fallen considerably behind on their mission, unable to reach the site before sinking. Thomas was concerned, claiming he heard unusual sounds from the engine. He requested to halt the journey and get help from Kmart to look into the issue. There you go, Thomas and the delay notice. The mission had hit a major delay. Thomas complained about odd engine sounds, requesting time for him and Kmart to look into it. What kind of work were they doing and how did it go?
So they were having problems over a week before the distress call was made. You should head to the engine room, see what you can find.
Now we saw the apparition out here, whatever that is. The lighting massively changed. We're having a flashback. Hey, is that Alex over there? Before I go to Alex, what's happening over here? Happier times. Can I explore the ship? Oh. The memories of time say you cannot go any further. Don't do it. I can see through the portholes. Oh, this ship really was beautiful. Like, just that main atrium looking up at the funnel through the glass dome. So pretty, so nice. Not allowed on the bow either. No fun allowed. Hey, Alex. You good? How's Def? Def okay? Yeah, we got your body back. Gave you a proper burial. I survived. Bill Bailey survived. Everyone else died. I mean, maybe you'd know about that being dead as well, right? Yeah.
Morning.
What's up?
Couldn't sleep.
You're having the biggest sleep of your life right now.
The salt on the breeze. Calm rush of the ocean around us. Really puts things into perspective. I'm happy here. On this ship with this crew. That shouldn't sound so gloomy, should it? I don't want to lose what we have here. You're right. There's plenty of time.
Clearly, we're having a memory of a conversation we had on deck before.
And I'm the one who gets to decide. Regardless of others here. Thank you.
You alright, Cam? You've gone quiet on me.
Yeah, we was having a memory of a conversation with Alex. Oh, BAM!
Yeah, of course. I remember when you two joined. Alex was impressive. I thought you were both skilled, mind. Took a while to get to know you, but I'm glad I did. If you're feeling lightheaded, getting any signs of narcosis, tell me. It's dangerous to lose yourself down there.
Watch the front deck memory scene. That was a hell of a transition. You know, you're there on a beautiful day, the sound of seagulls in your ears, the ocean just soaring around you. It was peaceful, it was beautiful, and then same location, just wrecked. So I believe I need to enter the cargo holds, but I kind of want to try and explore, but I'm guessing that's not going to be on the cards given the deck is obscured. Conveniently by cargo. Oh, there's a lifeboat over there. That might answer the question about what happened to the crew and the lifeboat. Ship really did take a bang in here, didn't it? But we still don't know why the ship sank. I find it weird to me how, like, all this damage is, like, outward bound, like something internally pushing out, rather than the ship denting inwards as an external impact. Well, the lifeboat derrick is swung out. You can see there the arm is in the outward position. Rocks are falling into the cargo hatch. Interesting. I don't know how those rocks got in there, considering the timber on top is kind of intact. So are we saying this ship... Wait, has those rocks, like, slammed through the bottom of the ship up? Because there's multiple decks beneath us. How did that get there? We're going to question that a little bit later. Photograph. Aye.
That's the captain, all right. Did I tell you how he lost those fingers?
He lost fingers?
He didn't cry out in pain or complain saving the green hand. Hans just stood there, bandaging his hand, and calmly told the fella to clear out his bunk.
Was he missing these two fingers there? Or if you look on the hand thing? It's a bit ironic, it's called hands. hands, and he's lost some fingers from his hand. Hand accidents. Debris and stuff. Well, that's very convenient. That hatch is open. Thank you very much. That's cool. I love the sun rays coming in the top. Can he go that way? Barrel's kind of suspended in motion. Oh, that's the deck crane that dropped the figureheads and killed Alex. Got a doorway heading further aft. Infirmary, storage, and cruise quarters. Ship rotation. Team 1, Daniel, Joshua, Sebastian, and Team Mathers. Alberta, George, Kmart, and Pierce. And Team 3, that's some knowledge there for something. We're going to cut this. That's going to float somewhere. And a mystery will be resolved.
What? I'm having some problems here. Not good. I'll try to...
I'm losing comms.
Sound is blocked. Same there from the crew cabins.
Something crew cabins. These straps were not secured. Evidence! Some cargo was not secured. That's bad in a storm, because if that cargo moves, it can absolutely throw the balance of the ship off, which might incur capsize. Uplink. I'll try this door, but I'm pretty sure it's all blocked back there. Oh no, it opens. The crew cabins. Hold up, so there's nothing else in here? Before I go in there, what's the door what's the door upstairs all about? And you open as well. So many doors to play with. Cupboards. Stuff. A garter. What's a garter? A garter. Oh, the infirmary. This takes us full circle almost to the entranceway. Boulder. Oh, the captain's broken hand, or damaged hand. June 8th, 1905. Treated severe bruising to the right hand and possibly fracture of the ring finger proximal phalange. Finger is bandaged and strapped up and should not be used for... Well, we know the captain lost a couple of fingers, so we know that's the captain that hurt his hand. Sounds like he's punched somebody. Oh no, wait. It's a saturation chamber. If you come up too quickly, you may get the bends as the oxygen in your blood expands and stuff like that. And so you need to let that carbon dioxide bleed out of your blood as you come up and all that jazz. The longer you're down there, the more it builds up and stuff like that. So you can get a pressurized environment like you're looking at there, and then you can slowly decompress over however long you need it. If you're going to be on a sinking ship, this could be a way of like surviving the sinking, or a tragic way of just exploding yourself if it gets damaged. Yeah, because obviously with the ship's power gone, you're not going to hold pressure in there. Well, forget about it being pressurized. As long as you got some oxygen tanks in there and a couple of packed sandwiches, you could make that airtight and then survive the sinking and then just wait for some rescues to come and bang on the window. You might just drag out your own death, but if lifeboats were not an option and you knew that you're in not too deep of a location, that could be a way of surviving. Although, it's a nightmare scenario because you have no answers, you only have assumptions. It reminds me of that, there's a tugboat, a large tugboat that went out and it capsized and sank, lost all hands apart from one guy. The ship's cook had woke up early to get cooking the breakfast underway. He'd gone to the toilets when the ship capsized, and he survived in an air pocket, in pitch darkness, deep, deep underwater. There's video from the Coast Guard they released of them rescuing him. They'd gone down to check on the wreck. There was some body recovery and stuff like that. And they're going through this corridor and this hand comes down. And they think it's a dead guy, but it grabs them. And he's like, he's alive. Well, it's all squeaky voice. He's like,
there's a survivor here, there's a survivor here.
and they go up into this pocket, and the chef is like, I like it. Are you fucking real? Like, he's been down there. He's heard the fish eating the crewmates. It's an amazing story of survival. Check out it on YouTube. Check it out. It's an amazing story. Moving this debris, we can now regain access to the front end of the lower decks of the ship. Yeah. We crawled underneath that, and then here was the main place. Oh, we are so back. So, looking at the map, so yeah, the infirmary is now available, and we've gotten access back to the main hall. The port side of the lobby is not available from reception. That's fine. We need to get some tools to get that cargo hold stuff doing stuff. Infirmary door's locked, as is that door there. But there was a doorway in the crew section down. Nyah. Let's go down. Nyah. Jump cut. And look at that, the crew quarters right there. Let's get involved. Boom. Oh. It's kind of spooky cool, because like you look down there, looks kind of normal, although a bit spooky and dark. And then over here, crush down and breakage and damage and stuff. Klaus's cabin is off limits.
What was that? Come.
Hi, Bailey. Okay, Bailey.
Damn. Lost it. Gotcha.
Blasted Inspector Gadget, indeed. Boxes stocked up. What a weird little corridor. Kmart! He's got like, he's kind of Jamaicaned his name up. I love that. Oh, let's take a peek. Kmart's room. For those struggling to keep count of who's who, Kmart was the mechanic. The guy being pulled left, right, and center. The man playing the guitar. Some people said he was lazy. I think he was just working incredibly hard. Oh, he's got the lights in the ceiling. Oh, he's cool. We've got some paper on the table here. Miss Greenwood, sorry to have to bring this to your attention, but you've always said your doors are open to crew concerns. I'm having an issue performing my duties due to another member of the expedition interfering with, hindering my work, being pig-headed. At this point, it's just sabotage. And that's my sentiment this whole time, him being pulled left, right, and center. Engineering shift checks. Parts, likely culprit. Possibly unlikely parts. Oh, part 0143 is the likely culprit of something going wrong. And it feels really weird going through this cabin. Oh, there's a handprint on the deck. Oh, that's creepy. A bottle? A whiskey bottle? Yeah, so he had a bottle of whiskey in his cabin. Can't imply anything from that. If the assertion is going to be he was an alcoholic, he was drinking on duty, therefore neglecting his duties. Like, no, it's a whiskey bottle, along with all his other possessions. I think we're done in here for now. Who's next? Sebastian. Well, got a star on his door, so he must have been special. A little bit of a collapsed corridor. I mean, I guess you could call it that. A little squeeze through. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Can't tell whose cabin this is, but it's destroyed. Nadri's cabin. I wonder if my cabin's on board still. A wax roll.
You have a good relationship with Hans. Since I came aboard, we've not got off to the best of starts.
The captain is a very private person.
I respect that, but if only I could understand him better. It's making my job reporting on all of this harder. I get the impression he's normally this way. Is he all right? He seems very tired.
The captain is not himself, no. He has been troubled since the accident. It's not my place to say.
But you are worried about him. It's a credit to you, how well you look after all the crew.
Well, of course I am. He barely touches his food. He's not sleeping well. Those pills do not help.
She was tricky there. She coerced even more information out of him. He was like, Captain's not himself. I won't say anymore. Well, you care about him. I can see how much you care about him. Oh, yeah, I make his food. I'll do all this. Like, he doesn't realize he's now giving all this more information away, and he mentions the pills. There'd been no mention of pills prior to that. She's a good journalist. It isn't about asking the right question, but it's rather leading the conversation to get what you want. The man had a proper, like, lovely little table with a tablecloth. Like he made like a bit of a restaurant in the corner of his cabin. University of North Carolina? Getting dark in here. Where's my flashlight gone? A lump of wood. We saw in the galley that he had carved a boy. So he did like to whittle. A shoddy figure. A key? Oh, for the galley. There was a room we couldn't get into. Is that it for in here? Me Sphinx, that's it. Unless anything else sparkles. The other thing about shipwrecks that's eerie is how final it kind of all is. You know, all of this furniture in this room, these beds, like how many times people had slept in that bed and got up, they'd messed, cleaned, made the bed. The furniture, they'd pulled the chair out, put the chair in, sat in the chair, got out the chair. The tables been moved around. Everything is in motion and in use. Then when the ship sinks, the furniture is very much frozen in time. This is it. This is its final destination. There's never ever gonna have anyone sit in it ever again. It's never gonna get moved ever again unless the ship collapses and it happens to tumble. But like, this is it. Part of the creepiness, yet the majesticness of a shipwreck. It's just eerie. It's just surreally eerie. This room made for humans to be in. No human will be here again apart from me. And no one's ever gonna sleep in those beds, never gonna use that chair. They just now frozen in time. Years, if not decades, will pass above, and this room will just forever be like this. Obviously decay setting in, but like, it is now motionless in time. I find that really interesting. All right, back into the corridor. I mean, like, this is the only voyage since I was on board, so I imagine my cabin should still be here somewhere, unless they gave it to, like, the reporter or someone. Or it could be one of these destroyed cabins. 2 cabins on right, boiler room dead ahead, living area. Oh, we've been... Oh, my cabin is still here. Cam cabin and Alex's cabin. Been in this area before the sinking. Okay. And we're making our way toward the engine room. Ah! Isabel's office is directly above us. I'm going to pull it and that's going to move. Because it was impossible to get past that little trolley. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. And it will never roll ever again. That's now regained access to the deck above. Love that for us. Wax roll on the floor. How did these kind of get scattered around the boat like this? Somebody walked around going, woo, throw these about.
Some initial thoughts. There's definitely more going on than meets the eye. There is an atmosphere on this ship, whether due to the accident or something else. I can't tell yet.
I mean, the captain is acting different, but he could just be traumatized from the accident. That is a very logical thing. She's heard Prue sneaking around. Why are they sneaking around? Just want to keep away from her, or I don't know. Why did Maria steal her recording equipment? Who knows? So I can now enter the boiling room and I can go back up to the main deck above. Is there still areas of interest? Oh, the galley. We should probably use that key on the galley and access that storage room. But engine room sounds interesting. Yo, they're proper like steamship expansion engines. Of course they are. It's 1900s. It's what else would they be? Ooh, first things first. No, the first things first, I'm going to go and use that key in the galley. And that's how you can tell it's also a fresh wreck. I wonder how long a shipwreck needs to last until the keys and the locks will seize up. You know, how long before you can't use a lock? Keys have been recovered from the wreck of the Titanic. Keys were recovered from the survivors of the Titanic. Could you take that key down to the wreck and put it in the door it was attached to and still manipulate it, or is it all frozen up? You know, that'd be kind of interesting. Right, pantry. A broken lock on the floor. There was a stowaway on board. Ooh! The reporter heard someone sneaking around. Here we go. Okay, we're on it. We're on it like a car bonnet. What is this all about? Someone's cut that lock. That's not just broken. That is absolutely destroyed. What do you do? That's kind of unfortunate. If you're stowaway on board a ship and then the ship starts to freaking sink, what do you do? Like, you just jump out, surprise, hey crew, my name's Terry. I've been hiding in the larder for the last 7 days. I see we're sinking. Any space on that lifeboat? Food, scraps, makeshift camp, cluttered ventilation, a blankie. And they've drawn something on that pipe as well. But my camera won't let me zoom in on that. A mystery can be solved. Shocker. Just this one for now. There was access to a ventilation room through the pantry, which is filled with clutter. What was going on in there? Romantic love letter, poem. Is it a little date area? Or is it a stowaway? A suspicious activity. Supporting evidence. Can I get the report about people sneaking around? Straps in the cargo hold not secured. White with frill and flower patterns in the infirmary. The whittling. Oh, hang on, there's makeshift camp's got to go over here with this. So what suspicious activity? The padlock being broken? Yes. There were signs that a stowaway had made a hidden space in the ventilation in their home and that they were stealing from the pantry. How did they get around unnoticed? Visualizing the movements. Oh, I moved and I think I interfered with the thing. Okay, so we're back here again. Really cool expansion engines. Oh, it's so cool. I like it a lot. Big old engineering right here. Like this, it's like modern art in a sense, you know, it's a downward arrow, thanks for that. It's just, there's so many like pipes and connections and stuff. So many parts. It's just mesmerizing to look at it, you know? It's so interesting. They're a marvel of engineering for their time period, and they're a marvel of engineering, even from a modern standpoint, looking backwards at it. Just look at it. It's freaking cool. There's a place called the Kempton Steam Museum here in the UK. Well worth a visit on their In Steam days if you are in the country and able to go visit. They've got 2 massive Titanic kind of era looking triple expansion steam engines. They're actually bigger than Titanic's, but they were used as a pumping station to pump water around London back in the day. One of them's for parts, the other one is fully in service, and they have these In Steam days where they run the machine and you can see it all come to life. And it's just super interesting, not just to see, but to hear as well. The sounds of the valves clicking and releasing gas and stuff. Even if you're not really into like engineering or nothing like that, it's just, it's history being alive. You know, we look at history books, textbooks, you know, you read about the moon landing, you read about Titanic, you read about all these things that happened in history so long ago in the past. And sure, you can visit museums and you can see them on static display. It's something to be able to see it in person. I would recommend that 100%. Seeing these objects in person is great, but in those rare scenarios, these objects are often so old that they're delicate, they are just for look but don't touch. But be it like the Steam Museum running those engines, or hearing Titanic's whistles being sounded once again. It brings back this lost dynamic, this echo of the past, this memory of the past. You're not only seeing the object, but you're hearing the object and what it was to be in its prime, in its day. And in that moment, while that thing is in motion or in activity, it's almost like time travel. You're taking yourself back in time. You could be where you were 100 years ago in the past, stood in the same spot, and you're hearing what that person would have heard. I get stuff like that I love about history because it's freaking geeky cool, you know? Parts. So, we know from the logs that the engines were brought to a stop. Thomas heard a knocking sound and a humming sound. 0 and 4-3, and he suspected there was something wrong with the engine. He requested the captain stop the engines, which he did, en route to the dive site, and we know from the logs of the mechanic, he suspected some parts were bad. He wrote down part number, likely culprit, other part, definitely not the problem. this part could be the culprit, you know? So we're gonna have to discover what is what here. Ah, yes, this is good. Seems there was engine work being performed by Thomas, which is causing a delay. What kind of work was being done here? So replaced parts? Seems there was an overhaul of the engines with many pieces replaced. Details of work done. Kmart's blackboards. Last thing worked on. 3726 and 4040 is the last things he was going to go check. Have I found those yet? 3726. 3726 is this part here. That would be the last thing he was going to be working on. Piece it together. Oh, we're good. We're good at this. Thomas and Kmart did an overhaul of the engines. Working for many days, they checked and replaced several parts. But by the 4th of July, they had not found the issue. Oh, and I bet that would stress the captain now, and Isabel, who's got a reporter on board, getting very impatient, maybe, which allows us to answer this investigation question. Eric was investigating Thomas, and he had been responsible for the engineering of the crane. A point of concern. This interviews timid Thomas. He enjoys the work and responsibilities Isabel gives him, freedom to design. That's a point of concern, the freedom to design. An example of his work is this. Boom! We've already voiced this out loud, but again, he got made Chief Engineer Thomas at a young age, and he had no oversight. Isabel allowed him to do whatever the frick he liked, which is how trouble happens. I mean, their tools are on the floor still, so if they were working on this, but he didn't update his board, then something revolving this must have gone wrong. Otherwise, he would have updated his boards. They were working on this right up until the point of the sinking. Okay, what's happening over here? A stairwell up to the tippity top. Wood objects. I mean, the chef was down here? That's a pipe. Nice little description on the end there. Okay, well, we're leaving the engine room on the starboard side of this time, I think. Ah, yes, the crew cabins. We didn't have access to them because of a collapse. There's my cabin. Oh, that's weird. I'm on board a sunken ship looking at what was my cabin. If I had remained on board, could this have been where I died? Oh, that's gonna mess with the mind, isn't it? A wax roll.
You're having challenges with your work, then?
You know, Isabel is always so busy, and Hans has been, well, absent, to be honest. The captain's been a bit of a recluse of late. It's detrimental to all our work, but he takes care of the ship. I just expect to get more of his ear as the chief. He had time for my mentor. I don't mean anything by that, though.
There's the problem right there. Now, the cat, or the cat's bed is here. Cat's not in it. There's blood under here. A blooded jacket. Well, we know the captain went to the infirmary with a broken hand. Or damaged hand, rather. I think the captain got into a fight with somebody. Can I go in my cabin? Oh, they've locked off my cabin. I bet you we go in there as like one of the last things we do. Alex, you're back.
Cam, come and take a look at this gauge. It's state of the art.
Well, there's the gaping hole in the hull. Ironically, it landed exactly on Alex's and my cabins. Found some paperwork in Alex's cabin. The Thalassa didn't get to finish writing what she was gonna write. Piles of paper. Crew manifest, June 1900. Thalassa research is my former cabin before I stepped off board. So I cleared all my shelves before leaving. Piece of paper. The amount of $100 paid to signed someone. The check for $100 from 5 years ago. Why is this relevant to anything? Well, with that, we're stepping off the ship. So this damage is very clearly after the sinking, as the ship has come down from the surface, it's crashed onto this rock and the rock has torn open the hull. So this is not part of the sinking. Okay, so turning around, we've got what remains of the funnel by the looks of it. I can see some of the pipework and the ladder on the leading side. Wow, that's really interesting. Put your lantern down, you son of a bitch. See my little boat just meandering on the surface there. The funnel would have been right there, and it's collapsed down to here. There's a whole section we've not yet come anywhere near to exploring at the very back of the ship over there. I've seen from the maps you got some cabins back there. There were Eric's rooms, Eric's study, a guest cabin, and Thomas's cabin. Am I ready to leave? I didn't really finish exploring that immediate area. Hang on. Oh, map check. I think I missed something in Cam's room. It's a critical area still. A mystery can be solved. Huh? Hidden compartments? There was a hidden compartment under Alex's desk. Near it, a folder regarding the Thalassa. Why did Alex have this? An empty folder labeled the Thalassa was found near a hidden compartment. A Thalassa research and a check. Alex had been searching for someone connected to a check and had traced them to the Thalassa. Hang on, let's go back in here then. So, oh, on the underside of the table was a secret little area, and that's where this paperwork came from. Oh, there we go, closet. That looks like an imprint where like a head has been banged against it. Hole in the closet. Alex's cabin rampage. There was a hole in Alex's closet. Who had done this? I wouldn't call it a hole. It's more of an imprint, a bang. Signs of consequence at the blooded clothes on the outside, right? Medical records. The captain punched it. Who punched it? The captain hands did. We know it's the captain because he was missing his fingers. The captain has gone to Alex's cabin and I guess out of anger, blaming himself, he's punched the freaking thing and caused a hole in the ship to open and sink the ship. I'm kidding. Deduction results. Hans punched a hole in Alex's closet, breaking his hand in the process. He came into the infirmary to have his broken hand mended on June the 8th. And that means this area is now cleared. Sick. I need closure on what the frick happened to the cat. Like, as the credit rolls, that cat better be like in a basket full of food, just floating on the surface, being rescued by somebody, you know? Okay, let's try this door. Let's try this door. Handprint on the wooden beam as well. Please be unlocked, please. I want to see what this is about. Oh, you bastard. Oh, what a dick. Where does that lead? Into an area we've not yet been in. Workshops down there. Somebody came up, oozing with blood. His feet are covered in blood. He puts his hand on here to steady himself. He must have been injured, I assume. And he staggers on this way. More blood there. He's grabbing his beams as he goes. He wombles across here. There was stuff over here. Right foot, left foot. Does he collapse down to the ground here? Does he fall on the sofa, knocking the sofa backwards? But then someone's undressed him, or taken the top off at the very least. What is that mystery all about? Oh, I want to know more about that.